Hello, dear learners. Welcome to this module on writing for children. Children's literature is a dynamic and evolving field that serves not only as a source of entertainment but also as a vital tool for education and socialization. The study of children's literature requires an understanding of its form, audience, and purpose. This video lecture will look into the following objectives. 1. Understand the characteristics of children's literature. Identify and analyze the unique features that distinguish children's literature from other literary genres. Number 2. Explore the role of children's literature in education and socialization. Examine how stories, themes, and narratives contribute to a children's cognitive, moral, and social development. Thirdly, learn effective writing strategies for young audiences. Understand key techniques such as language simplicity, narrative structure, and the use of illustrations to engage and educate children. Fourthly, analyze contemporary trends in children's literature. Investigate how modern themes, diverse representation, and digital innovations are shaping the evolution of the genre. Develop critical perspectives on children's literature. Gain insights into how scholars and educators evaluate and interpret children's texts in relation to culture, historical, and pedagogical context. Children's literature spans a diverse range of genres, including fairy tales, fables, picture books, chapter books, and young adult novels. These works are designed to cater to different developmental stages, ensuring that stories are engaging, age-appropriate, and educational. The role of children's literature extends beyond storytelling. It serves as a mechanism for imparting cultural values, ethical lessons, and fundamental literary skills. According to Hunt, children's literature often acts as a bridge between imaginative engagement and structural learning, shaping cognitive and emotional development. Understanding the audience is crucial when analyzing and writing children's literature. Young readers vary significantly in their cognitive and emotional capacities, requiring authors to craft narratives that align with the comprehension abilities. Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development highlights the importance of structuring stories based on children's evolving reasoning skills. For instance, preschoolers benefit from repetitive and rhythmic language, while older children engage with more complex themes and character-driven plots. Furthermore, contemporary trends in children's literature reflect broader social changes. Diversity, inclusivity, and digital storytelling are increasingly central to modern children's books. As Rudin Sims Bishop notes, literature can function as mirrors, reflecting a child's own experiences, windows into the culture, and sliding glass doors that invite them into new worlds. The evolution of children's literature continues to inspire and shape future generations of readers. Analyzing children's literature as a form. Children's literature is a unique and diverse literary genre that caters specifically to young writers, distinguishing itself from adult literature through its themes, language, and narrative techniques. It encompasses a wide range of subgenres, including fairy tales, picture books, young adult fiction, and educational literature, each serving different developmental and cognitive needs of children. The genre often employs simple yet imaginative storytelling, vibrant illustrations, and moral lessons to engage young audiences while fostering their intellectual and emotional growth. As an evolving form, children's literature continues to adapt to changing social context, offering insights into childhood, identity, and education. Characteristics of children's literature. Peter Hunt argues that children's literature is fundamentally didactic, either explicitly or implicitly, as it often conveys moral, ethical, or educational messages. According to Nodelman, children's literature tends to be characterized by simplicity, repetition, and direct engagement with the reader, reflecting the cognitive and emotional needs of children. Narrative structure. Children's literature typically follows a linear plot structure emphasizing cause and effect relationships. The predictability aids in comprehension and engagement. Traditional fairy tales, for example, adhere to a clear beginning, middle, and end, ensuring that young readers can follow the progression of events without confusion. This structure also supports moral clarity, as actions often lead to direct consequences, reinforcing ethical lessons. Another key aspect of narrative structure is the presence of a child protagonist. Perry Nodelman observes that children's literature frequently features young protagonists who are resourceful, brave, and curious. These characters serve as role models, allowing readers to see themselves reflected in the story. Now, themes and morality. Many children's books focus on themes of kindness, bravery, and perseverance. Maria Nikolcheva notes that children's literature often serves as a moral guide, shaping young readers' values. For instance, classic tales such as The Little Ignite that could reinforce the theme of perseverance, while Charlotte's Web highlights friendship and empathy. Moral messages in children's literature have developed over time. While early didactic texts were over in their techniques, contemporary books often integrate morality more subtly, allowing children to interpret lessons naturally through the narrative. Language and style. Language in children's book is accessible, rhythmic, and sometimes repetitive, facilitating learning and retention. Nodelman emphasizes that the linguistic simplicity of children's literature doesn't equate to a lack of depth. Rather, it allows young readers to engage with the story without linguistic barriers. Repetition plays a critical role in reinforcing themes and aiding memory. Picture books such as Eric Carle's Brown Bear, What Do You See? Use repetitive sentence structures to create a sense of predictability and engagement. Brown bear, what do you see? Additionally, the rhythm and musicality of language is nursery rhymes and poetry foster phonematic awareness and language acquisition in young children. Visual elements. Picture books in particular rely heavily on illustrations to convey meaning. As Nodelman asserts, the interaction between words and pictures in children's literature creates a unique reading experience that is both interpretative and immersive. Illustrations provide additional context, allowing young readers to decode visual cues alongside textual information. Modern children's literature increasingly embraces graphic novels and hybrid formats that blend text and images in innovative ways. The success of books such as Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Smile by Raina Telgemeier demonstrates the effectiveness of visual storytelling in engaging reluctant readers. Tips for writing children's literature. Writing for children is both an art and a science. It requires a deep understanding of the cognitive development, interest, and language abilities. Unlike adult literature, children's literature must be engaging, age appropriate, and filled with elements that capture young imaginations. Whether you are writing for preschoolers or young adults, understanding the developmental needs and preferences of each age group is crucial. The guide will explore the fundamental principles of writing compelling children's stories, from understanding the audience to crafting engaging characters, structuring the plot, and refining language and style. Understanding the audience. One of the most important aspects of writing children's literature is knowing who are writing for. Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development provides insight into how children understand the world at different stages of growth. Writers should tailor their stories according to these developmental phases. Preschoolers, 2 to 5 years old children. Preschoolers are in the sensory motor and pre-operational stages of development, meaning they learn through sensory experiences and imaginative play. At this age, children prefer simple sentences. Language should be very clear, direct, and easy to understand. Repetition. Repetitive phrases and structures help reinforce learning and engagement. Colorful illustrations. Since young children are highly visual, illustrations play a crucial role in storytelling. Basic concepts. Stories often revolve around numbers, colors, animals, and everyday experiences. Early readers from 5 to 7 years old children. Children in this age group are beginning to decode words and comprehend simple text. Their preferences include predictable plots. Familiar patterns such as repetitive story structures help build reading confidence. Relatable characters. Children enjoy stories with protagonists who resemble them in age, interest, and experiences. Humor, light-hearted narratives with playful elements keep young readers engaged. And lastly, mild conflict. Simple problems and resolutions provide a sense of accomplishment. Middle grade from 8 to 12 years. This group experiences a significant leap in cognitive and emotional development. They engage with more complex narratives. Character-driven plots with twists and turns become appealing. Themes of friendship and identity. As children start forming their identities, they relate to stories about self-discovery, peer relationships, and personal challenges. Moral dilemma. Middle grade looks often present ethical questions that encourage critical thinking. Young adults from 12 years. Young adults literature addresses adolescents' growing independence and self-awareness. This age group is drawn to themes of self-discovery and independence. Characters often grapple with personal growth, societal norms, and autonomy. Complex social issues. Young adult books explore topics such as mental health, relationships, diversity, and coming of age experiences. And lastly, emotional depth. Young readers appreciate authentic emotions and nuanced character development. Creating engaging characters. Children relate to characters who are active, curious, and face challenges they can understand. According to Philip Pullman, a good children's book does not moralize but lets characters embody the struggles children face. Plot and structure. Children's books need well-structured yet accessible plots. A strong structure helps maintain engagement and ensure a satisfying reading experience. Language and style. The language of children's literature should be carefully crafted to suit the audience's developmental stage. Tone, word choice, and writing style play significant roles in shaping a children's reading experience. Guidelines for language use. Children are intelligent readers who appreciate well-crafted narratives without being talked down to. Use vivid imagery. Descriptive language helps children visualize scenes and characters more vividly. Employ humor and playfulness. Wordplay, puns, and unexpected twists make stories enjoyable. Read aloud factor. Many children's books are read aloud, so rhythm and sound should be considered when writing. The importance of themes and messages. While children's literature should be entertaining, it often imparts valuable lessons. However, the message should emerge naturally rather than feel forced or overly moralistic. Illustrations. enhancing the narrative. For younger audiences, illustrations are just as important as text. A well-illustrated book enhances comprehension and engagement. Tips for writing across different genres. Children's literature spans multiple genres, each requiring a specific approach. Picture books focus on simple, rhythmic text with vivid imagery. Fairy tales and folk tales incorporate traditional elements with modern twists. Adventure stories use fast-paced action to maintain engagement. Mysterious introduce light suspense and problem-solving elements. Fantasy create imaginative worlds with relatable themes. Non-fiction use engaging narratives to present facts with an appealing way. Writing for children requires a balance of simplicity, imagination, and depth. A successful children's book captivates its audience, fosters a love for reading, and provides meaningful insights without overwhelming young minds. By understanding their audience, crafting engaging characters, structuring the plot effectively, and using appropriate language and style, writers can create stories that delight and inspire young readers for generations to come. Contemporary trends in children's literature. Children's literature is an ever-evolving field that mirrors societal changes, cultural transformations, and technological advancements. As contemporary issues become more pressing and diverse voices gain prominence, children's books have adapted to reflect these shifts. The recent developments highlight how children's literature serves as both a reflection of the world and a guide for young minds navigating it. Diversity and representation. One of the most prominent trends in children's literature today is the increasing emphasis on diversity and representation. For decades, children's books primarily features protagonists from dominant cultural backgrounds, often excluding characters from marginalized or underrepresented communities. However, the landscape has significantly changed, with authors, illustrators, and publishers striving to create books that reflect the diverse world young readers inhabit. Environmental and social themes. As global issues such as climate change, sustainability, and social justice gain prominence, children's literature has become a platform for raising awareness and inspiring action. Many contemporary children's books integrate environmental and social themes to encourage young readers to become conscious global citizens. Social justice themes are also gaining traction, with books addressing topics such as racial equality, gender identity, disability rights, and immigration. Titles like All Are Welcome by Alexander Penford and I Am Enough by Grace Bayer promote messages of inclusivity, acceptance, and kindness. By introducing complex social issues in an accessible way, children's literature fosters critical thinking and empathy in young readers. interactive and digital storytelling. Technology has significantly transformed children's literature, paving the way for interactive and digital storytelling. The rise of e-books, interactive apps, and audiobooks has reshaped how children engage with stories, offering new ways to enhance their reading experiences. Digital platforms have also democratized access to literature. Websites such as Storybears and Epic offer expansive collection of free or affordable digital books, ensuring that children worldwide have access to quality literature. This trend underscores the adaptability of children's literature to changing technological landscapes and reading habits. Graphic novels and visual narratives. Graphic novels and visual narratives have seen an unprecedented rise in popularity among young readers. Once dismissed as less serious literary forms, graphic novels are now recognized as powerful storytelling medium that engage readers through a blend of text and visuals. The success of graphic novels has also prompted educational institutions to incorporate them into curricula. Research indicates that visual storytelling enhances comprehension and engagement, helping children, especially struggling readers, develop literary skills in an enjoyable manner. As a result, graphic novels are now recognized as valuable literary tools that combine artistic expression with meaningful storytelling. The role of children's literature in shaping young minds. Children's literature is more than just a form of entertainment. It plays a crucial role in shaping young minds. Stories help children to develop emotional intelligence, critical thinking skills, and a lifelong love for reading. Scholar John Stephens emphasizes that the power of children's literature lies in its ability to shape imagination and critical thought. By presenting diverse perspectives, real-world challenges, and creative storytelling techniques, contemporary children's literature equips young readers with the tools to navigate an increasingly complex world. Conclusion. Children's literature, thus we can see that continues to evolve, adapting to social changes, technological advancements, and growing need for representation and inclusivity. The contemporary trends discussed diversity and representation, environmental and social themes, interactive and digital storytelling, and the rise of graphic novels demonstrate the field's dynamic nature and its ability to engage and educate young readers effectively. As the literary landscape shifts, authors, illustrators, and publishers must continue to innovate and push boundaries to ensure that children's books remain relevant and impactful. By embracing these trends, children's literature can continue to inspire imagination, natural empathy, and empower young minds to shape a more inclusive and thoughtful future. Thank you. Namaskar.